Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. My name's Dychronic, your host here on this Destiny 2 video, and today we're going to be talking about This Week at Bungie for August 22nd, 2019. This Week at Bungie, basically the blog post talking about Destiny 2 in the past week, current week, and the next 2 weeks of Destiny 2. So all the news and information about Destiny 2, you can just arrive every Thursday at the TWAB and read it, or you can listen to one of my videos, and of course my videos are going to be one of those audible versions of the TWAB, so sit back, relax, enjoy cute fluffy animals on screen in the beginnings of almost all of my videos. And of course enjoy. In this TWAB, there's actually a lot of really cool information. You can actually see at the top here, there's some cross save going on and whatnot. I just linked it, so I don't actually know about cross save or about the transfer to Steam very much. I just did the initial steps, but there's a lot of cool stuff that are happening at Gamescom. Lots of cool little trailers are showing off, especially this one I really like. Talking about the Steam and whatnot. Not a lot of new information, but there is going to be some pretty cool stuff if you haven't seen this stuff from Gamescom. Without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. This first section here talks about some of the previous posts, the parts 1, 2, and 3 of the director's cut. I talked about parts 1 and 2 in my previous TWAB, if you want to see that. Part 3 covered a little bit more into the PvP side, a bit more of the gameplay side of things. I'm not going to be going over that in this particular one, but these are linked here in case you want to see it. There's also, if you were wondering about cross-save, they have a link here to see your actual cross-save if you want help going through it. It's actually quite simple. You just click Authenticate, log into certain accounts. It's actually pretty straightforward, and they did it quite well from what I can see so far. Moving on to this section here, there was an Inside Xbox thing that they did at Gamescom where they talked about finishers. They showed off a couple of the finishers of all the different classes. They showed off a couple of things you can get from finishers. Like one of the ones that they mentioned is you can get a heavy ammo brick spawned from doing a finisher on an enemy, and it costs half of your super, and it will spawn it for your entire team, which is actually pretty crazy. So being able to get up in the face of enemies, get some health back, and spawn heavy for your teammates is going to change how people approach the harder activities, which is kind of interesting. They also have a Gamescom trailer. It's a very standard trailer. You see gameplay in the background, but by far this one is going to be my favorite. It is really, really intense. The graphics are really crazy high, and it's just really good. So I highly recommend you go check this out. I'm not going to play the whole thing, but it gets me hyped just by how good this trailer is. Talking about Season of the Undying. So check that out for sure. And again, link in the description down below for the TWAB, and just find the video here. In this next section, they talk about their migration to Steam. If you did not know, Activision is no longer publishing Destiny, and they're on their own. They're moving from Blizzard platform over to the Steam platform. And all it is literally just link your Steam account and move over and then sign in. It should actually be really simple. That's what it seemed like to me, but I haven't actually signed in on PC. Myself, if you were wondering, I'm going to be staying on PS4 for the most part because I don't really know how to do this mouse and keyboard thing. Everyone else is much better at that stuff than I am, and I don't want to, I'm already bad at PvP. I can't have people dumping on me, But the information that you want to know, if you want to know more information about it, is here. But again, it's pretty straightforward. Just follow the link to this little link here, and you just do it. Now, there is something that you should know that's very, very important as far as moving over to Steam and cross-save goes, is that there's going to be some issues with silver on Battle.net and all the other accounts. They also mention it down below. If you've purchased silver in the last 90 days, or if you refunded silver, stuff like that, it's going to affect how you cross-save and the limitations for that. So keep that in mind. If you've had that in the last 90 days, I believe they said, you're going to have some issues with that, and I'll talk about that a little bit down below. This section here kind of makes it sound like we can't purchase silver after September 3rd. I'm not exactly sure what's going on there, but that's what it seems like, and if you want to go get some of your favorite gear from Eververse for silver and whatnot, you have to do that before the time limit. Personally, I've never seen any of these two sparrows, and this looks kind of familiar, but I haven't seen it before, so I know this dance. I've seen the music. Moving on to this section here, this calendar we have actually seen before a couple of weeks ago. We do know about it, showing off Solstice of Heroes all the way to the end and start of the Shadowkeep DLC. Some important things to note: if you're looking to go get Infamy, there is 2 Infamy boost weeks in this section here and this section here. If you're looking for Valor, there's actually 3 on both of the Iron Banners and the last week before the DLC. So all of these are going to be Valor boosts. So you got 3 Valor boosts and 2 Infamy boosts if you still need that stuff. Speaking of which, next week will be the 3rd of 4 Iron Banners in this season. So if you wanted to get this season, I think it's Season 7 Iron Banner gear and the new stuff and whatnot, August 27th to September 3rd. Something interesting in the next section is going to be a community challenge, where Bungie challenges the community as a total to do a whole bunch of different things on the week of September 3rd to the 10th. If we complete all of these objectives, and there's like thousands and millions and hundreds of thousands of different things we have to do, 300 or 300,000 override frequency. That's a lot. I mean, it's really, this is a lot of stuff. I don't know how much we usually do in a week as a community, but even though the community is massive across all the platforms, this is a lot. I look forward to seeing exactly what we can accomplish as a community. And if the community does end up completing all of these objectives, and if you personally complete a Nightfall during the event, you will be awarded this emblem. And on top of that, if we do end up completing that community challenge, Emperor Callus will be offering double rewards for menagerie completions for the rest of the season. Moving on to the next section with Dr. Bungie, the blue section across the top, talking about the updates, the changes, the known issues, and all that stuff going in Destiny 2. So first and foremost is just going to be about cross-save. If you're wondering about how to go cross-save, you want to go to certain links, the PC move to Steam, these things are linked again in this section here. There's also a section that talks about certain waiting periods for cross-saves. If you disable cross-save, there's literally, you actually can click on disable on the website, you will encounter a 90-day waiting period before you can re-enable cross-save. Now, I don't know why you would ever disable cross-save when you can just do it, enable it, and then just don't worry about it, but apparently there is a waiting period, so gotta be careful of that. On top of that, a lot of issues, if you've purchased silver in the last 90 days, you cannot disable cross-save. If you performed a refund purchased through silver in that particular storefront, like the PlayStation storefront, you cannot activate cross-save until that silver is repurchased on that account. And of course, people who are banned cannot have their cross-save enabled or disabled or anything. You have to remove your ban to be able to do that stuff. And that, for the most part, is the stuff and restrictions and limitations for cross-save as I know it. And the last little section here before Movie of the Week is about Solstice of Heroes. It is going to be ending very soon. Next Tuesday, August 27th, is going to be the end of the European Aerial Zone. If you're looking to get either your green set or blue set or even the legendary set, you have to do it before August 27th. And again, the first time they actually mentioned this in a TWAB, they might have mentioned it on Twitter, but the first time in a TWAB they mentioned it, all you have to do is get to your legendary set before the end of the event, and you can continue the masterworks after the event as long as you have the legendary set. And that is because you only need the statue for the first few sections. You do not need it for the masterwork. And that is pretty much it. The movies of the week, this one's actually kind of cool. This guy actually does the animations of an arc staff. He does like a thing with a bow staff and flips through the air. It's actually really kind of cool and shows how it's done in the game. There's also a new world record for the Whisper, apparently under 4 minutes, which is kind of ridiculous, and I recommend you watch that. But that's pretty much it. That's the end of the TWAB. Hope you guys did enjoy. Let me know in the comments down below if you had any questions or I missed something or I said something wrong. Let me know. But that's it. My name is Dychronic, and I'll see you guys on the next one.